Ooh. What does that mean?
I'll talk about it on the show because we need things to talk about.
Alright.
Oh, we're recording.
Yeah. You keep it, you don't, you do.
Hey guys, this is for the packages tier on Patreon.
Boom. Thanks for supporting.
We'll sign them.
There.
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 There you go.
What are we at?
I don't know.
Cool.
You guys
Hi guys, welcome.
Hello and welcome to the
Smaudecast.
This is the show where Sam and
Maude.
answer your questions that you send us at
Smaudecast.
gmail.com. Boom.
Oh, where's my phone?
Bing bang boom.
I'm too busy being a
I'm so
photographer.
tired.
I'm
I
so
can't.
tired. No, I'm so tired.
I'm so down.
No, I'm so tired.
Really know.
Hey, Sam, where do you reckon my phone is?
It's right.
Oh, I got it.
Boom.
Oh, God, sorry.
There you go. Don't
sorry,
worry.
Melissa.
We're answering your questions, but we're not answering the nerdy ones unless we want to. But you can send us your questions at the email or on the Discord. There's
Actually,
from Discord and
Smaudecast.
There you go.
We did have a question that just popped in here from, and I kind of want to make sure that everyone gets some love and time because we've only got a couple of eps left of this season of Smaudecast.
2, and the last episode we reached a goal.
Finale!
That's true.
Finale!
You made it to 100,000 subscribies, right?
Subscribies.
And that means...
I mean, Patreon donations are, whoa, guys, breaking my heart. Is this broken? Did it break? Oh, it feels broken.
broke a long time ago.
Feels broken. You guys gotta get that Patreon love because that's literally what pays for the show. No money, no show.
Boom.
Ding.
Powers activate. Form of... Mist. You gotta be the animal.
What?
The Wonder Twins. Its powers activate, water, and then you gotta be an animal.
What are you talking about?
The Wonder Twins from the Super Friends. You don't know? San and Jaina, they do the form of a tidal wave, and then you do form of a dolphin. And then, or you do form of a, you don't know the Wonder Twins?
I've never heard of it before in my life.
Wonder Twins, powers activate. You do
Powers
fist,
activate.
You do you do fist twist.
Is this an animated show?
The Super Friends, yeah, from the 70s. With it's like the Superman, yeah, Lex Luthor, and then they created 2 teens, and they were the Wonder Twins.
So here on Smaudecast, we don't talk about nerd shit.
But you did the fist thing.
I didn't mean
You
to.
did the fist thing. Boom. Fine, I'm gonna read all your questions. Don't read.
Preston Hauser used the Smaudecast at Gmail email and said, just sort of some more questions. As always, feel free to do whatever you want with them. Okay, I will. And if you want to use my username, you can. It's just my first name.
Good to know. Well, we did. You're welcome.
Number 1, have you ever had a prank war going on between you two or someone else you've worked with, and what were some of the pranks?
I'm not that good at pranks. I like watching pranks.
Do you know, you have a nice, you have kind heart. I've got that little smidge of evil, which is why people think that I'm a Slytherin.
You are. No. They think it because it is. It's like people think I have brown hair because they have brown hair. You know what I mean? It's because you're a
see
Slytherin.
yourself as a blonde.
Yeah. Dirty
So
blonde.
you're blonde.
Well, I was a blonde when I was a baby, and that's just burned into my brain.
There you go. That's what it is then.
I was kissed by a little angel and gave me a little blonde hair.
I'm blonde. I'm Gryffindor. But I also think that
I
pranks
don't-
are hilarious one way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can sometimes think, it depends on the prank that comes my way, that can be
I
pretty
just
funny.
scared you earlier. I hit
You
behind
did.
the
You
pole
did a
outside
prank.
my apartment, and he walked past. I went, yeah. He goes, oh. And then I said,
You cackled. You cackled, and then you, I don't know what you said,
I'm sorry.
there you go.
I'm really, really tired.
There you go.
That was the equivalent of a cup of coffee for me.
There you go.
I'm sure you understand.
I'd have no idea how I would have remembered all that.
I was like, I got it.
But you were like, basically I remember you said I had a bad day and this made me feel better, and I was like, oh, okay.
But I said it was the equivalent to a cup of coffee.
There you go.
So yeah, we had, it's not a prank war.
Do you know which one I always tried to do when I was a kid? Was, you know, if you take like a usually a quarter or like a bigger coin. You take Sharpie, you draw around the edge, and then you get someone to put on their forehead, and then you're like, okay, can you get it to roll down? If you can get it to roll down to your chin, you have like a special thing, like a genetic thing, and you're like, oh, I have that, and then it's like double jointed or something. So you take the quarter and it ends up drawing all over someone's face because all the Sharpie on the coin. I always try to get people to do it, and I always kind of wanted to do the Saran wrap on the toilet, but that one's just gross. That one's just disgusting.
It's a mess.
It's a mess.
Do you ever do the ones? We did this in primary school. You bite down on your fingernails. I made you do this. Remember? You bite down as hard as you can, and then you have to pull them, and it causes this extreme pain. It shoots up through your fingers. I totally made you do that at SourceFed.
That sounds familiar.
Do you remember it?
Why?
Right. And you're like, oh! And you're like, if you paused it, it was, the betrayal was instant.
I don't want to do that.
The betrayal.
Did you ever get pranked?
Not like a prank wars. I was talking to and you can see it on Geek Bomb, the cast of Godzilla, and they would prank in that.
Each other?
Yeah.
On the interview or on the set?
On the set.
There you go.
There would be pranks.
Oh, those
we
silly
didn't really
kids.
do pranks, but I think that's hilarious that, you know, literally as he came to the door, I jumped out behind the pole and scared him.
Like a monster.
What's your fondest memory from your childhood, your time at SourceFed, and now? Well, let's not answer right now because I don't think we have one.
It's a rough time in an old Basher household.
We just had to have a cuddle puddle before because we're feeling a bit sorry for ourselves. Yay!
Yeah.
Fondest memory of SourceFed?
I mean, there's a lot of good memories.
Yeah.
Memory all alone.
I can barely remember the finale, so let's just dance past that one completely. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
I met Vern Troyer. That was really cool. Remember when he came in?
No, I was sick that day.
Oh! He came and we took a picture together. That popped up on a Facebook memory.
Rest in peace, Vern.
That was really cool. And everyone was, you know, like there were a lot of really cool people there. Zach would make me laugh. He would eat cereal all the time because he slashed his throat open. Remember that one? His neck open. His inside of it, his esophagus open. Yeah. He'd eat cereal all the time because it was soft.
Yeah.
Remember that? That one just burned in my brain because whenever he described it, it made me feel...
I was more, not concerned, but excited at the notion of getting good bloopers than I was to get a good video out there.
Those were the best. Those still get a lot of views.
I go back. Like those moments.
It's weird when people mention the regular video over the bloopers. It's like, oh, I don't remember that. Oh, I have no idea what you're talking about. No. But I guess we did do a video on like Jason Statham in the Marvel universe. Sure, probably. We made like, what, like 2,000 videos? We probably talked about that. No clue.
I was probably on 42 Table Talks.
Yeah.
Like,
what? Wait, I said that?
I remember at one time, and I was thinking about this the other day, where Steve Zaragoza was on a table talk, and he goes, I think I've told every story that I have.
There's nothing else to say, and like if you can kind of see that sometimes people look irritated, it's because there is nothing else to say.
We've already, I feel like we've doubled up on this, and there's only been 24 episodes. 22.
We said it somewhere. We had to.
I'm like, this sounds familiar.
And
I brought this up.
And also, what, I did those when I was like under 25. I don't have that many stories. I'm out. I'm all out of stories.
I've got a story. This is one of my old woman gripes. Do you think that if you go out to a
Battery's already
Battery's flashing. I got a second one. Don't you worry.
Don't you worry.
Don't you worry, Maude. Well, I filmed the Spider-Man review on this. That's why. I spoke for half an hour.
There you go.
The nails are pretty. Why am I biting them though?
Here.
Why? 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 Why is my arm straight? What? That does not look straight. That looks like it's broken.
It does look a little broken.
Wow. Can you straighten my arm, please?
Bam.
We were just talking about Rip Torn's death, and there was a scene in a movie where he just lost the plot and attacked someone, and it was like really like legit, and he hit the guy in the head with the hammer, and then the other guy bit a chunk of his ear out, and Rip Torn's wife or the other guy's wife had to come in and break up the fight, but they kept it in the movie.
There you go. Here, wait, if you want to watch the video, you can go watch the clip, because I watched it.
That's like Tetris pieces fitting together.
There you go, it's where the shoulders go.
Hey!
It is called It's called the infamous Maidstone Brawl between Rip Torn and Norman Mailer. And even during the scene, Rip goes up to him and says, Mailer, don't take this personally. And hits him in the head with a hammer, and you're like, whoa!
I'd take that pretty personally.
You know what? I think I would too.
Fondest memory from your childhood? I was about to tell a story about my overpriced steak.
From
I'm
your childhood?
angry, man.
You should be.
So I went to a restaurant.
You spent $2,000 on a steak.
That's not true. Now my story is not gonna have the same emphasis on it.
It will. It will.
So, you know, I was in a good mood, which was rare, and I was just like, I want to go out and have a nice dinner.
Treat yourself.
Try to treat myself. Because I'm allergic to red wine, I had sparkling rosé, and the bottle was only $65. And I was like, I'm splashing out. I'm gonna spoil myself. $65 for the bottle.
Girls' night out.
And then ordered pasta and then the steak, and I was going to share the meals, and I was choosing out which steak would be better, and you know, on the menu they were between sort of like $35 and $42, so I was like, well, okay, that's a lot of money, but you know,
Sharon.
And they're like, we have a special, it's the tomahawk steak, it's really great, it's delicious, it's a really big cut, it's some of the juiciest meat. And I'm like, oh, but I've had the filet before and I really like it. And like, oh, the ribeye is pretty good too. And he's like, trust me, get it, you can share it, it'll be great. Anyway, the check comes and I don't think much, and I'm doing the tip and I was like, oh, that seems like quite a bit of money, and I don't think anything more of it. And then at 3 o'clock in the morning, I was like, there is no way that 3 things with a $65 bottle of champagne should have been nearly $300, including tip. And I was like, something's up. Anyway, rang the place. They were going to email me the itemized receipt. That steak that they upsold me on or suggested was $130. $130 for a slab of meat, which was medium rare on the ends and then pretty much well done in the middle, which was caked in so much fat that it actually wasn't nice. I just feel that it needs to be mandatory for that price exchange to happen before you order it. Just a heads up.
Yes.
Just letting you know, this is our prime or amazing or best cut that we have, and that's why this is the charge for it. But you don't do that, and I'm just like, I got taken for a ride, peeps.
There you go. That's like as much as I think
I'm worked up.
My new health insurance on a month. That they kind of, you know what? I think it's fair to say they reamed you.
Yeah.
They should have said something.
I got reamed.
There you go. But favorite memory from your childhood?
Not having to pay the bills.
Pay for a $130 steak is my favorite.
Childhood memory. If I remember correctly,
I didn't
we're just
pay.
finishing each other's sandwiches.
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 If you don't put emphasis, it sounds like other words. Easy peasy. No problem. I really liked it. One time my dad took us to Universal Studios Hollywood. Yeah, I had a lot of good memories, but I was just thinking about this recently. And it was the first time I went, and so I was old enough to know that, like, whoa.
It was a big deal.
This is like,
special day.
It's like a sequel to Back to the Future, or another sequel to Back to the Future when you went on the ride, because it was like, it had everybody that was behind the movie. They were all in on creating this like special event, and like you could go to the Jurassic Park ride, and it was so scary.
So scary.
So cool.
When when that drop happened, it was too high. And I know what too high is like, because it means I go to scream, but I'm so scared that I actually stop making a noise because I'm so scared that I can't scream. So I go, ah!
Just water going into your mouth.
Yeah, everything stops because I'm petrified.
Have you ever done Halloween Horror Nights? Horror?
Yeah.
You have?
I did the red carpet where Chucky was there. And then just to get to my car, a guy ran at me with a chainsaw, and I screamed at him, and I was just like, no! You do not get to do this to me! And he's like, round. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, he started getting off on that. That was probably great. That was probably a great reaction.
No!
There was a guy who walked around looking like a pest control person, and he had like a long tube with a little hose at the end, and he would just spray water in people's faces as they walked by. I didn't like that guy.
No.
He wasn't a nice guy.
I remember when I was 17 or 16 and I was at the Ekka, which is basically a carnival show in Brisbane.
Sounds cool.
I went on this ride called the Claw, and you sit in that little nook where my nails are. So that's the seat, and then it just starts doing that.
That's cool.
And I remember I would just be making eye contact with the guy running the machine, and I was screaming at him that I would assault his mother if he didn't stop the ride right now.
You know,
You laughed.
I would laugh too.
cried.
How about you did sit on the ride? You wouldn't like, we're looking for the bathroom.
As soon as it started, I was like, here we go, here we go. I've made the biggest mistake. I want out. I'm not enjoying any of this. I will attack his mother.
You know those rides where it's just a room that spins around really fast and you get stuck to the wall?
The Gravitron.
Oh, the
That
best.
shows up in Stranger Things.
It does.
And your neck gets locked down, so you like go to look at a friend and you're like,
Yeah, and you're like, you try to lift your hand up, you're like,
I just touched my own tit. Well, I've got no space to. Oh God! I touched my titty. Fonda still memory.
There you go. I didn't. Play the footage back.
No, I didn't realize I was walking into your arms. And you can tell the exact memory. I'm like, wait a second.
And I'm petrified.
Fondest childhood memory, let's be honest. The Nintendo 64 was my babysitter, and there were some good times that we had.
The first console that was mine and not my older brother's was the Wii, but I did play the N64 and his GameCube, and I remember when it was the first time I knew people like camped out for like things. I didn't know people did that, and he did that for the GameCube, and I was like, wait, why would he do that? And then he brought it home and plugged it in, and I was like, ah!
This is the greatest thing ever. Wind
Luigi's
Waker,
Mansion?
Super Smash Brothers Melee.
Oh yeah.
I didn't do Luigi's Mansion, but Wind Waker, swear.
Luigi's Mansion
What a
scared
great
the piss out of me.
Did it?
Yes.
When did you last piss yourself? Such a graphic.
Hold on.
Now?
No.
Why am I holding that?
No,
You should hold on.
I think it was as an adult, but it wasn't that much. I think okay, so boys can stand up sometimes, and there's a big debate between boys about how you should undo your pants to go to the bathroom. We did a video at SourceBit about it, where it was like,
oh yeah, you can't drop your trousers all the way down.
no.
Don't have bed.
Yeah, no one does. No adult should do that.
Okay.
But it was about opening your pants or just doing zipper. And basically, I tried to do just zipper, and something happened. I thought I was done. I wasn't actually done.
But you already put it back in.
A little bit left in the tank, and then you relax. You're like, oh, I just peed myself with the whatever was left, and that was really embarrassing because I was wearing light jeans, and so it just went. And so
at SourceBit?
No, this was probably out and about running errands. So I just took my sweater off, wrapped it around the front of my
Oh, nice, and
thing.
I hang down. That's
There you go.
clever.
And then
That's
I just grabbed a bunch of paper towels and I just tried to like dry off my pants.
What
Super
do you-
embarrassing. It was like kind of peeing myself, but it wasn't like, I thought I was clear.
Mine was, oh my gosh, would have been like 18 or 19, my clubbing days. You know, the girl standing in the line for the bathroom. Man, I feel like at clubs, everyone just has to go at the same time, and all of a sudden there's 14 girls in 2 stalls, and you're just like saying a little prayer, and you're like, it's okay, I don't really need to go. And then 2 more people go through, and you're like, okay, this is bad. And then by 1 person to go, you're just like, please hurry up, banging on the door. Anyway, she came out, and I ran in, I hoiked up my skirt, and I sat down, and I was like, oh, sweet mercy. And then I went, I forgot to take my underpants down.
Just straight through.
And I was like, well, you know what? This isn't worst case scenario. This is not worst case scenario. So I just took them off, popped them in the little bin next to it, and said, I think I've had my time here tonight. I'm gonna go home.
That's a good sobering moment where you're just like, go home.
But it was this moment where I was like, do I stop and then take them? I was like, no.
No. That's more of a mess, honestly. Just do it.
It was the this is happening moment that I had.
Oh, we've all done that.
But you didn't tell any friends, no one knew, no one was none the wiser.
There you go.
No mess, no fuss. I was just like, I have to go now. And everyone's like, all right, bye bitch. And I was like,
And you're just like trying to play it off even though Your legs are covered.
Just, yeah.
You're like, haha, bye bitch, haha. And you're like taking photos with them. You're like, we gotta get the fuck out of here right now. Nothing's wrong. Everything's fine.
But you're really hitting it off with David. Was I? Okay, bye.
Oh, okay, well, you have my number. You have my number. Good. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, that's great.
You took off your heels and you're just like running.
I couldn't because, you know, I had to walk very, very delicately. Do you want to live in California for the entirety of your future careers and retirement, or where? Nah, man, I don't want to raise kids in America.
Yeah, we're okay.
I mean, the notion of having to get checked for weapons going to school is, oh wow, it was a bitter pill for me to swallow. I didn't even realize it happened. In where I grew up, you go to school. No one's got a knife.
Check for school.
That's not a knife.
Ew.
No one's got a knife. The worst thing anyone ever did in my school was Chloe smoked behind the Z block once. She got a Saturday detention. No one did that shit again, did they?
There was a stabbing in my school. That was a scary one. That was a scary time. No guns though. No guns.
Oh yay!
No, but so there was a couple. They broke up. Guy immediately got with a different girl. Ex went and stabbed the girl and tried to like get at her, and the girl was like blocking her. And then they didn't know that she cornered her in like a corner of the school that was like kind of deserted at the time, but they didn't know that there was a big teachers meeting happening basically right out in a room next door. So they all came out, and the biggest guy, he intentionally made jokes that he looked like a lumberjack because he was like red beard, red hair, big burly guy, grabbed her, but she like took swings at him, and he was like crying as he was like trying to like stop her. And the other girl ended up being fine, but she did get stabbed like basically like right next to her heart. And I remember when it happened because I got alpha in an early period, and everyone was running that direction. I was like, I don't know, and so I went home. Yeah, but there weren't any guns. You gotta kind of measure the good and the bad. You kind of have to compartmentalize some of that stuff. She's okay though, not the other girl. No, wait, the girl who got hurt is okay. She's fine. You could
the other girl get expelled?
Oh my god, immediately. She might be in prison. Yeah, I mean, rightfully so. That was bad news bears. But you know, Canada's probably really nice.
I love Vancouver. It just gets real cold.
It does.
It's real cold.
It's raining a lot.
I nearly died on a hike one time as well from like a multitude of asthma attacks. Oh, and I was trying to impress someone, and it was. Actually, that's a great story. Enough time's passed. I was in Vancouver. Last day, we should go on a hike. There's this famous hike trail, we should go. And I woke up and I was like, I'm not feeling great, not gonna lie, a little congested, like I'm not feeling 100%. But in LA, hikes are just an elevated walk. I barely sweat, you know?
Let's say 20 minutes, maybe.
No, they're 45, but they're so fine, they're doable. I was thinking it was this. No, we get there. It's like the redwood forest. So you cannot see the sky because the canopy is so thick. The elevation was like that. It was like every step was like being on a travelator. And it was 3.5 hours. And by the time I was a quarter of the way up, I could not breathe. So I'd be taking some steps, and then all of a sudden I'd be like, and they'd be like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm fine. Everything's fine."
I'm joking on something.
I'm fine. And they're like, "Should we turn around?" And I was like, "If I turn around, I'm gonna fall and roll down this hill." And I was like, "Let's just get it done. Let's just get it done." Sweating up a storm. It's because my heart's pumping, it's moving a lot of the mucus throughout my body. And you know, at the start I was just like looking beautiful and glam. By halfway through, I'm like, I'm sorry. And a guy walked past us, he was like just coasting, and he was a doctor, and he's like, I'm a doctor, she's not well.
Picks you up in his arms, just whisks you down the mountain.
He's like, this is not good, you're having an asthma attack. And I'm like, that's ridiculous, I don't have asthma.
I clearly don't have asthma.
And he's like, well, you do. You're obviously struggling to breathe. Sit here and put your head between your legs. I couldn't only walk 8 to 12 steps at a time before I would have to stop again.
Did you make it?
Nearly missed the flight.
Woo!
We planned for an hour and a half. It took 3.5 hours. Yeah, it took more than double the amount of time. And then there's a cable car that takes you down at the end.
Oh, so you were trying to get to the top to...
So that I could get the cable car down. And it took 4 minutes to get down.
I'm sorry. That blows. That overall blows. And also, that's they should maybe slow it down.
And then while I was...
Yeah.
A fly shoots into my throat and hits the back. So I'm like... Thought I was going to die. And like spoke to the guy about it like 6 months later, and I was like, I was playing that down so much, but in my head I was like, emergency services, helicopter Elliot, like get it, like I was that was how I was gonna die.
I'm sorry,
but Canada's
beautiful. They have
beautiful
moose.
Yeah, but you haven't been to Australia.
I am going. That's
right,
in
September. November. November.
I forgot for a second. Yeah.
I'm so excited for you.
I might go see quokkas.
Are you just? Oh yeah, of course. They're like little animals that smile.
They have better smiles than me.
They do. I'm sorry, but
do.
like they have better smiles than everyone. Everyone. They're like, oh my god, they're the happiest little
chunky cheeks.
There was a video footage that went around. Some fuckwit on Snapchat drop kicked one. They picked it up and then just drop kicked it.
It's weird.
And then there was like a full-on search for this guy so that he could be arrested.
Did they get him?
It was like an 18-year-old punk kid.
They should have stick the quokkas on him, cover them in their food.
They're like, let's get him.
All at the same time, just you hear like a soft pitter patter that like it's like 50, like I don't know, 100.
Hello.
They could take him down.
Hello.
Can't get Gus, can you?
That's so fucked up. I think animal abuse is just rock bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So bad.
Oh yeah, they it's crazy.
If you turn up your dog, like fuck you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bad person.
If you punch your dog, fuck you.
Bad person.
You're so bad. You're so weak. You are so weak doing that. I'm mad at you.
Why get a dog?
Go home and rethink your life. You know what? Chances are that everyone watching this is so decent this isn't happening, but just in case.
But if you guys want to get your blood boiling,
like,
don't let that happen.
I don't like it when I'm reminded that there's really shit things in the world. I think I was telling you, I'll read the news in the morning and the world news is the worst. Like Russia and Ukraine, like why? Why do you guys do that shit? Why do you eat each other? Like why do you...
What are you talking about?
I just read stories a lot and it's just like, yeah, in Russia, our ex-boyfriend killed his girlfriend and ate her. And you're like, what? I've never been, have I been to Russia?
Been in the airport.
I can't recall. No, I've been to Poland. But yeah, this Russian mother who was obviously a child abuser, she punished her children by boiling their puppy alive. That wrecked my day. That wrecked my day.
Oh, that looks cool. If you want something that looks nice.
I made everyone do that at SauceFed and I put it on slow-mo and everyone's like, oh,
oh, it makes my...
Oh, yeah, the reverb. That was one of my...
itchy nose.
It was one of my things that I did at drama class when I was in primary school. Oh my god, yeah, I did external curricular drama.
Shout out.
And you had to go mining minerals in mountains, and if your forward placement is there, it will resonate and make your nose tingle. Go.
Mining in mineral... What is it?
Mining minerals in mountains.
Mining minerals in mountains.
Can you feel it?
It's right in my little schnoz.
Yeah!
It's right in the little ridges.
Forward placement.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I mean, when you're doing like, you have to lift the soft palate, you gotta get that.
My teeth vibrated just then. So anyway, I got moved into the advanced group when I was, I think, what, 12 or 13. I got moved into the advanced group, so I was the youngest there anyway.
No problem.
We have the play, and we're getting our roles. I have one line. I get triggered real hard every time anyone casually says never heard of him, because that was my line. And it was like a 1930s sort of, it wasn't Newsies, but it was like that kind of era.
Yeah.
And they were like, did you hear about this guy? And I pipe in going, never heard of him. Never heard of him. And Mum goes, she watched the play and I was like, what did you think? And she goes, I've been spending all of this money for you to have one line in the play. And I'm here going, never heard of him. 4 words. Never.
$2,000.
$500 a word.
That's oh.
Never heard of him.
Award. You have to get an award after that to make it worth it, because that's that. So wait, is the drama program at your school or
no?
Oh, I get what you're saying, because he was
Yeah.
extracurricular. I get what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah. Maybe that's why everyone's like, why do you want to be an actor? Because I'm like, because I've never heard of it.
Watch this.
I think maybe that's it. And
It's
I'm
just
going,
screaming in your
I
brain.
paid all this money for you to have one line.
4 words. 1 line, but 4 words.
4 words. It wasn't even like a monologue.
Did you ever do The Wizard of Oz? Was that something you guys did in schools?
Get this, and I only discovered because I was on Kale's show, because we were talking about things. I, again, auditioned for the musical when I was 13 in high school, and I was in the chorus, and I was like, nobody puts baby in the chorus, so I quit. And he goes, what musical was it? I was like, The Wiz. It was a take on The Wizard of Oz.
Wiz rules.
And he goes, that's a black person play.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
Yes.
And he showed me like
The
the
Wiz.
trailer, and it was like Michael Jackson's in it, Dorothy's black, like, everyone's black. He goes, it's notoriously, it is that. And I'm like, fuck Australia for just, I had no idea. I wasn't aware.
Well, it's not your fault, but yeah, that is weird that they did that.
Obviously, we didn't have any African Americans in the school.
I would not imagine
Not
it
one.
in Australia.
Not
Yeah.
one. We have Africans. Papua New Guinea. They were the best. A few of those girls fucking rock. I thought it was super diverse and multicultural. And then I looked up the race population of Australia, and we're 92% white.
Oopsie. Oopsie poopsie.
But this is the thing, like, there's a huge Greek contingent in Melbourne. There's a huge, there's like gorgeous communities, and I felt like I was, and we're so open to sort of like people being there, and where there was a multicultural vibe. But my God, the things that I've learned as well, where it's like, imagine being that much of a minority in a country that's 92% freaking white.
And you kind of feel the same way, similar to the way you felt like with those communities, like in LA, because it is a very diverse. Like you have your communities of everything. It's very multicultural, and we all kind of influence each other.
There's Thai town, Chinatown, Koreatown,
Little Bangladesh, Filipino town. Like there's like a lot of places where it's like, yeah, this is cool because they're communities. But then you do have to think a little bit more globally, and you're like, no, America is diverse, but we are in a bubble. Basically what I'm just trying to say is we're in a bubble when we think it when it comes to being accepted.
There's Aussie communities in LA.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're more in West Hollywood. That's where I first lived, and then I moved
That
out.
sounds right.
And then there was like this girl that never spoke to me again, and I was like, hi, I haven't spoken to you in like a year and a half. She goes, yeah, you moved out of West Hollywood. I don't talk to anyone who doesn't live in West Hollywood.
Oh, it's weird. I really wish she would just trip a lot more. I don't want anything bad to happen to her, but I want her to trip more.
That's a nice one. So clumsy people are inherently a little mean.
Yeah,
I'm super clumsy.
Because you're angry, you're always hurt. You gotta be like, of course you're mean, you're angry all the, like if you are
Finish
clumsy.
that sentence.
No, I didn't mean you. I didn't mean you. But if the thesis is, if you're
Of course
clumsy.
you're cut out just as you're getting to the crux of that. No, that's alright. I think, yeah, karma comes in funny ways.
You said Comic-Con comes in funny ways. I want to go to Comic-Con this year.
Oh.
Anybody want to send me? This is probably going up after. You could send me
No,
next
it's
year.
going up this weekend.
Oh, send me if anyone sees this.
Come on, Geek Bomb. Oh wait, we don't have enough money to do cool things like that anymore.
It's expensive to go to Comic-Con. It's so expensive.
I only booked it last minute. I was ready to write this one off. First one in 7 years. I was like, you know what? Guess I'm not going this year, and that's okay. And that's okay.
I think it's my first one. This would have been my 7th. This would have been my 7th, yeah.
Yeah. Who were you doing it 5 years ago for?
Phil.
Really?
Yeah, he'd go. Or Sorcerer would go. Wait, am I doing my years
Remember
wrong?
when I did one interview at Comic-Con and I was never allowed to interview ever again because I did it with Phil and M. Night Shyamalan? And it turns out that the funniest thing I ever said was super inappropriate to say to someone like him.
What?
I still think you know how I like poop humor?
Yeah. Wait, I vaguely remember this. What
I
happened?
told him my theory that like the fart that comes before the poop, the one that hisses out and goes, yes, you need to do a shit. That's poosel tongue.
And you said that to M. Night.
Straight off the bat. Straight off the bat.
So
I just remembered it and I got the giggles and he's like, what? And I was like, never mind. And he's like, tell me what? Tell me. And I was like, it's not good. And he's like, well, I'll be the judge of that. And I said it and he's like, that's not good. And Phil's just like, I regret hiring you. Poozle tongue.
You said that to M. Night Shyamalan.
I did. This is why a lot of my interviews are on r/cringe.
I'm sorry.
I just talk to them as if they're real people. If I remember the first time we came up with that, I laughed for 2 hours straight. 2 hours.
Hey, we all got our stuff.
Oh, we're gonna wrap this episode up here, but I'll tell you what, we're gonna talk about the time where we both recently, ish this year, cried for a few hours straight. We'll talk about that story next week.
There you go. It'll be a good one. So hey, if you want it, that's a good hook, because I need to vent about that. And those are good stories because I also want to hear from you guys. So make sure you send us your questions at
Smaudecast
at gmail.com, and also you can go to the Geek Bomb Patreon and join the Discord, and also listen to Only Stupid Answers, because it's a podcast that you'll like.
And Might Be Awesome.
Might Be Awesome. That's a YouTube channel that you'll like. And you follow me at Sam Basher.
I'm at Maude Garrett.
Boom. And like, subscribe, do all the good stuff.
Yeah. We've got one more episode after this, and then we've got our finale.
It'll be a fun one. Don't miss out.
If you guys want to help us buy the booze for it, head to our Patreon.
Please and thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we'll see you guys next time.
Okay, yeah, bye. That was the nicest out we've ever had.
It was clean.
That was great.